Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun,
Working
dun,
Title
dun,
Sports Show.
dun, dun.
160 episodes. Like, click, subscribe, y'all. Are y'all some ready for some football? It's your boy D. No, that was not my number in football. It was actually my basketball number. But that was my position. But anyway, me and CJ. So how y'all people doing? Chris, we started this show the rookie year of Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott. We
Yeah.
started on a rookie year. Our boy Zeke is gone, and this is Dak's probably final year to to nut
Proof
up
of
and shut
something.
up. Oh! I told this to my friend yesterday. If Dak fucks up this year, Dak has no reason to feel bad when he's going to the. Hey, yo, Jerry. So y'all drafted somebody in the third round. Jerry needs to look right back, and say, "Why wouldn't I?" Like, you damn right. Dak is on a hot seat with a lot of us. It's different reasons for me and Chris, but me and Chris have the same outlook. Like, hey, Dak, shut up.
You know what it is?
But you and I, we have
The
the
hurt,
same temperament, like Dackle, Dakota.
the hurt during
It's Trace.
the hurt during the Dak era isn't as kicking the nuts as the Tony Romo era of just like,
They're different
oh.
types of nut shots, if you ask me, because
Well, I mean, the nut shots is the 49ers. Somehow the 49ers have our number for weird reasons.
man, foil. Is the Packers and the 49ers. Who knew? The foils. Been our foils. And Jerry Jones himself. But you know, we can get
But
into that.
let's just start with this. I feel we need to get this out the way. D, the NCAA is shaking shit up again as they always do, and as with anything, it's because of the almighty dollar, as it always is.
so so help me, because I didn't look at no videos of this. Help me. Is there no more Pac-12? Is the Pac-12 just gone?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Is it done? Is it finished? Are we done with it, man? Like what?
Hold up.
I'm
Let me
recording.
let me break this up here. Hold up.
Bye. Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Wait a minute. Nah, if anybody heard that, my son's messed up. They're like, Dad, the PlayStation ain't here. What they got to do
It's
with
like
me?
what doing my dad used to say,
That's
what does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
I
All
know,
right,
man.
so NCAA shakeup here. So the ACC right now, they have been in talks to add Pac-12 members, California and Stanford, which means the ACC will expand to the West Coast.
Here's the thing. Atlantic Coast Conference.
And you're getting
Atlantic
Coast.
Do y'all know where the Atlantic is? Look, nigga, I'm just saying, it's stupid to me, man. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's already bad enough that all of this was a shakeup because the Pac-10. I mean, they're not the Pac-10, I mean, the Big Ten. It's all the Big Ten's fault, if you ask D.
Big 12. Oh, what were you about to say?
No. Big 12 got their fingerprints on this too. I don't know what
Big 12. Oklahoma and Texas is leaving.
they're
But
gone.
but they get Houston, BYU, Cincinnati, and Central Florida.
Wait. Hold on, because I had a picture of this myself on my phone. So you mean to tell me that they're getting Cincinnati? Cincinnati, if I'm mistaken, they're not leaving Conference USA. They're leaving something else. But they're going to be the Pac-12. That's just so fucking funny to me. That's just so fucking funny to me. Cincinnati has become a legit school in the last 10 years.
And next year, they're going to grow again when they add Colorado, Arizona State, and Utah from the Pac-12.
Okay, so they're coming in next year. Last year is probably now.
Uh-huh. So next year,
oh my God.
Yeah. So the Big Ten. Oregon apparently is they're going to join the Big Ten.
You know what? Here's the super part. I'm not against this shit, but man, keep on.
So you got that. What's the other one?
Because I'm just trying to find my fucking shit, man. Like, oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay, you probably have
So,
it. You probably have it.
so the SEC is going to get Oklahoma and Texas. Here's the stupid part about that, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I'm for it. I'm all for that. Why? Because Oklahoma has no excuse and Texas is going to get their shit rocked. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Like you said, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah are going to be added to the Big 12, and UCLA, USC, Washington, and Oregon will be part of the Big 10. And here's the thing, Chris. I'm not against those guys going to the Big 10, but it just shows you that, wait a minute, where's the money at? And I'm shocked that the Pac-12, who had their own network and all the rest of that, just like the SEC, just like the Big 10, I don't think the ACC got one. Do they got one? The ACC got one.
Yeah, but the Pac-12 as it stands only has Cali, Oregon State, Stanford, and Washington State.
Now, this is just football, right? Oh God. Oh shit. See. Okay. And I only say that because that's a lot of history of Pac-12 soccer you just eliminated. Like, wait a minute. So what?
This all boils down to
money.
Okay, so the nil. I mean, me and D have talked at length multiple times on this show about the potential of players getting paid, the nil deals and such. And the nil deals, in a way, the reason why there were so many schools that were so pushing back against it is because, oh shit, we can't make money off the backs of these players now. Where is our revenue going to come? And the revenue right now with all these alignments comes from the cable money.
And you know what? And it exposed it. The NIL deals just exposed it because Dion knew it. Dion knew it would, and Dion had no problem. Look, like the thing that killed me is that all the coaches try to make Dion feel guilty. Like, do you know what it's all about? Yeah, I know what it's all about. I'm hoping the wall fall personally, brother. like Dion knew the game, but it's like, wait a minute. It's an even plateau now, and y'all have no advantage over these children.
Mm-hmm.
Note what I said there. No advantage over
Children.
these children.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro. So it's sad. I get it from a standpoint of making money, but dog, you just eradicated a whole fucking conference.
Okay, I have it now. So the 2023 teams for the ACC: Boston College, Clemson, Duke, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Louisville, Miami, North Carolina, NC State, Pittsburgh, Syracuse, Virginia, VTech, and Wake Forest.
So they're still going to be in. So it's still the regular teams.
Now, Big Ten, this is what the 2024 is going to look like: Illinois, Iowa, Indiana, Maryland, Michigan State, Minnesota, Nebraska, Northwestern, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Purdue, Rutgers, UCLA, USC, Washington, and Wisconsin. 2024 for the Big 12: Arizona, Arizona State, Baylor, BYU, Cincinnati, Colorado, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, TCU, Texas State, UCF, Utah, West Virginia. Pac-12 2024: Cal, Oregon, Stanford, and Washington State. SEC 2024: Alabama, Arkansas, Auburn, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, LSU, Mississippi State, Missouri, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Vanderbilt.
You know what's the funny thing about this?
Mm-hmm.
Vanderbilt ain't gone nowhere.
AAC 2024: Charlotte, East Carolina, FAU, Memphis, Navy, North Texas, Rice, SMU, Temple, Tulane, Tulsa, UAB, USF, and UTSA.
UTSA. Wait a minute. UTSA?
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio. Okay.
Wait
a minute. Okay.
Conference USA in 2024: FIU, Jacksonville State, Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State is actually leaving. I forgot what conference they're from.
Whoa. Kennesaw State is going to be a part of it.
2024.
Jacksonville State is going to be a part of it too.
This year they are final year.
Okay.
No, Jacksonville. Yeah, Jacksonville State is this year. They got added, so they're gonna be in 2023.
Okay, cool.
So,
cool.
I'm
I
just going.
thought so.
I'm just going 2024.
I
Just
already, I know, because I was not. I knew that got added. I was like Jackson. Yeah. That's a
yeah.
new
This
school.
okay. So I'll say this year for Conference USA, Jacksonville State, Liberty, New Mexico State, and Sam Houston got added.
Sam Houston got added.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
So
they had
20.
enough. I'm gonna be real. They had enough people at the college to make. Okay, you know what?
Well,
Whatever.
Kennesaw State next year will play.
Kennesaw State standee.
Well,
So
next year Kennesaw State is going to be 10 in Conference USA now. So it was FIU, Jacksonville State, Kennesaw State, Liberty, Louisiana Tech, Middle Tennessee, New Mexico State, Sam Houston, UTEP, and Western Kentucky.
you said Middle Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I like how Middle
Okay.
Tennessee hasn't gone nowhere in that conference. I love that.
All right. MAC is staying the same. Akron, Ball State, Bowling Green, Buffalo, Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Kent
So the
State,
Mac, so
Miami,
Mac is the Mac.
Ohio. Yeah,
Mac is
Northern
the Mac.
Illinois, Mountain West is staying the same. Air Force, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno, Hawaii.
And you think that would have been the one to change up because of everything? You would think.
So basically, Sunbelt, Mountain West, and MAC stayed the same, and ACC stayed the same too.
And see, that's what I'm saying. If all right, ACC, there are of all the teams that I think they are still available. There is no other bigger college I think that should move down to the ACC. They're having problems within the college. They're trying to make money regardless. I understand that. I think what they're scared is Florida State or Miami deciding to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And both have the right to leave if they want to go to the SEC and make more money. I tell you this, Clemson ain't going nowhere. I think Clemson Clemson's like, nah, we're good right here. And I think Miami and Florida State are going to do the same thing. Memphis, where's Memphis at? I don't think we mentioned Memphis this whole time.
Memphis.
Like, what conference are they in? I have no idea what conference Memphis is in.
Memphis.
I thought they was in the No, I was wrong. Hold up, where are they at? Like, hold up, I thought they were still in the not AAC.
Big 12. Nope, they're not in Big 12. They're not in Pac-12. They're not in the SEC. Yeah, AAC.
AAC, I thought so.
Yeah, they stayed. AAC this year they added Charlotte, FAU, North Texas, Rice, UAB, and UTSA. Those are the additions for this year for there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that would be 14. 14 for that. So yeah, this is, and like I said, this is all coming down to another revenue stream at the expense of the Pac-12 only have 4 teams now, and it's like fuck.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be weird how they're going to treat this because the way college, like, it's weird how they report these things with the colleges doing this, and it's like this is supposed to be amateur level.
Now they said this is just for college football, so we'll see if that affects if it bleeds over to other stuff. But they're just saying it's college football, so we'll see.
All right, look, I can understand college football because you don't want to do that for the basketball, like anything else in that conference that upends a lot of rivalries and all the rest of that. For football, I get it, but it's greedy. It's greedy.
Yeah,
it's straight up greedy. There's no way because if it just do because it's actually worse doing it that way, just upending a whole conference just for the football and nothing else. That seems a bit greedy, but I could be wrong. You know what I mean?
It's all
like they did this before. You know what I mean?
It's all cable money. I mean, that was the reason why Maryland, went to the Big Ten because they get, the ratings boom for football going to the Big Ten. That's a huge boost for Comcast for
at the time. Yeah, it was no Comcast.
Yeah, Comcast.
And just because Maryland, it's weird. Maryland went to the ACC. They were just known for their basketball. Now it feels like Maryland feels like a fuller, I guess, sports college. But I call bull on that too. It's just it's I don't know. The vibe is a bit is different. It ain't like the old days, but that's just that's how it was. But I see what I knew. We saw what Maryland did with all that money. They pumped it right back into the school, and it's all like everything is like richer now at the school. Like, oh man, that Big Ten money was nice, huh? But whatever. Guys.
I'm kind of mad you took the George Bush Senior thing for baseball. I was a little sad.
I did not take that off. I did. Oh my god.
Where is it at?
I thought I did it. I could have swore I did it. Could have swore I did. Where we at? Where we at? Yeah, I could have swore I didn't take the George Bush jump down. I did, didn't I? Well, whatever. I did.
Well, D. Baseball playoffs is around the corner. The O's are like kicking ass in
I
their
like how
division.
right now the big question is, where everybody, with the trade deadline, everybody trying to figure out everything. I am just overjoyed that number one, the Mets are trash. I am also overjoyed. I am glad to just say I'm glad to know where the Blue Jays stand at, because the Blue Jays, I thought they were going to be a surprise team. They're not. They're so middle of the road, and it feels like they're on the cusp of something good, and they're regular. The Yankees kind of stink. The Mariners are nice. Houston's waking up.
First off, you're saying kind of stink. The fact that the Orioles owns the fucking Yankees
I
soul
mean,
this season is
they
just
have
like
been
holy
yoking them
crap.
all season.
It was 15-1 Oticon weekend. I was dying laughing on that shit. I'm like, bro.
We're trying to Arizona. Wait a minute, and they went to Arizona. I forgot what other team that was. I was actually interested in their progress.
Arizona Diamondbacks is like middle of the road.
And Cincinnati, while middle of the road, they have a superstar on their hand in Dela Cruz.
The Braves, holy shit.
The Braves they're scary, and I will give it up to my team. We're trash? We're not trash. We really aren't trash. It's more of, guys, calm down. People might think we give a fuck. like the Nationals are very punchy. They're very punchy. They're going to make you fight for your W. Oh, you're probably going to beat us, but you're going to have to earn that W. And I've noticed that with this team. There's a lot of young talent on the team, and that's the reason why.
They're what the O's were last year, except like you said, they fighting. They're
3 years. No. They were the O's the second they got rid of Chris Davis.
Okay, yeah,
that little period right before the little boom they had. So I would say probably 2 years ago.
Yeah,
so
but
they had that little point.
But one of the biggest,
but the Nats, we don't plan to be good with the Nats until about 4 or 5 years from now. So I'm not even. Yeah.
But one of the biggest reasons why the O's have been doing so good this season is that they've been getting a lot of players that were really good in their farm leagues, whether it's the Bay Sox. What was the one from Akron that they have?
It's the Bay Sox and the anyway.
But they basically their AAA affiliates have been beefing up that team to where that's why they have been kicking ass this year. Like all three of me, you, and Patrick were talking about it. Patrick feels like they got like a 3-year window to actually get a World Series out of this shit before.
I said what I said. Y'all missing a superstar. I mean an actual legit superstar to elevate the team,
like a Juan Soto kind of person.
Yeah, somebody like Juan, somebody that's going to be that damn not dynamic with the bat, or this dude is a phenomenal pitcher, or at least a reliever that can, a reliever that's fucking scary. Y'all missing like a couple of pieces, and probably a couple of interim pieces too, but they're good too. The one other surprise thing is forgot to mention this because I'm waiting for the wheels to fall off with them, but so far season's almost up. They're still going. It's the Minnesota Twins. Where the fuck did any of this come from? I have not followed them none of this season. I look up there. How the hell are they in first place? I mean, like nice in the first place.
Meanwhile, the Astros are like, well, goddamn, am I a joke? We're better than the Twins.
Yeah, they're better. They're better than look. The Astros actually woke up to me. I knew the Mariners were going to kind of regress, but but we'll find out because like I said, the push is coming.
It's the Texas Rangers, Astros, and Orioles, and I would say the Rays there are like the four that you got to kind of look out.
Let's see. Yeah, you're right. The Rays, and we're just adding on the two more teams you add on. I will say, all right, these are teams basically. The Orioles, Rays, the Blue Jays have a chance. They have a chance. Twins, ain't nobody else in the Central going to try. Maybe the Guardians. If
Blue Jays are they're 3 games back from the wild card. Yeah.
Basically. So the way I'm looking at this, I'm looking at anything better than 65 wins at this point. Mm-hmm. So that will be, like I said, the Mariners, the Mariners, the Astros. I'm going to put No, they're not going to make it. I forgot. It's the wild card. No, so the Guardians ain't there. But I will say this: the Guardians are probably going to have to fight for first place regardless. Went out the
They
Central
gotta win
Division.
out.
They have to, because Ed, you have to pray to God baseball be baseball. And 1 week, everybody drunk the bad Gatorade or had sex with the same girl, and everybody's down. Or
COVID.
or something even more stupid because it's baseball. One dude wore the wrong socks one day or something like that. So, it happens, man. But anyway, I think you want to have to fight for that. Like I said, flip side of the National League. You just see if you see the victories, the real dog fight is in the American League. The National League, not really. The Braves far in first place. The only let's see, the Braves, the Dodgers are. Well, I forgot the Dodgers are having what I call a good first place quiet season for me.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I ain't even paying attention now. The Central looks interesting. Like I said, I don't think the Reds are going to make the playoffs.
It's gonna be Cubs
But
and Brewers.
I would fight for it if I'm in there. I don't think they're going to make it. I think they're going to, yeah, whatever.
Cubs might sneak in.
Reds got the best player. Reds got the best player in baseball playing for them. De La Cruz plays for them. De La Cruz is not dynamic just yet because he's still a rookie. This is the nigga. This is the prelude, man. The nigga ain't started up yet. I'm just saying, man. Them dreadlocks ain't really got swinging yet with that brother yet. So, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. The Diamondbacks are a little bit behind. They got 61 victories right now. They're right behind San Francisco. I don't know about that, man, because I was looking at the Diamondbacks most of the year, and I kind of lost track of their fucking record. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, man.
You know what's crazy is that we me and Sue came back from San Diego, and it's like the Padres. You would think they would have been doing something with all the blockbuster
You would have
deals.
thunk. You would have thunk, sir.
Nah, nothing. It's been
radio
silent.
Fall off. Can you believe it? Like, nigga Juan Soto. If you Juan Soto, you woke up like, nigga, I left DC for the same record. Are you serious, bro?
Well, he got paid.
But that being said, they're going through injuries, and I think just a dysfunctional clubhouse right now. I mean that last part. People kind of saw it last year. I think the clubhouse is kind of big right now. So because this team was this team was supposed to be way. I'm just saying. Have you ever souped up a team in any game? Like, whether it be baseball, 2K, whatever. Have you ever just like, oh man, I got this play, that play. We're gonna roll on these niggas. Nothing. This is exactly what it is. Nothing. But like I said, man, I'm glad that the Mets ain't did shit. So shit works out for me.
So on the real quick Women's World Cup, we have England versus Spain in the World Cup finals.
And the great part about this is that the Americans are not there.
Yeah, so here's a couple of interesting things that happened this year.
Man, all you look, now it's time for D to be a pig. All you proud lesbians fucked over my country. What happened, y'all? Really, y'all couldn't score?
So here's the big thing. Jamaica made some history in actually winning some games, which is like one of the first in the country's history.
That's why I'm shocked. So the women never made it to the World Cup. Apparently not. So,
but I mean, credit to their coaching staff for getting them to there and getting them positions and stuff. America, it's crazy. The weekend of San Diego, I was actually watching the American Women's World Cup game, and they were fucking kicking ass and taking names, and then they faced the Netherlands, and Netherlands was like, go fuck yourself, we're winning. And that's exactly what happened. That's just, yeah.
Oh man, who's the girl I don't like that much, man? I think her celebrity is way overblown. What's her name? Rapongi. What's the last name?
Yeah, I think it's Rapongi.
I know that ain't the last name. I'm just being funny. But yeah, I was something they said that either she came off the bench or something like that. Like I said, I didn't see it, man, and I actually didn't promise to see it. I just didn't fucking watch. You know what I mean? So
But yeah, England and Spain. That's gonna be a pretty good matchup for sure.
Good for the girls. good for the like I said, good for the Jamaican girls like I said, making history because when I saw that shit,
This is
I
like the
saw this
Jamaican.
shit, right?
Yeah.
I saw something different and I blinked. I like, oh, their first one. And I said, people fuck this up. I bet if I go in the comments, niggas is gonna act like they made it out, like they done did something like gigantic, like won the championship. Lo and behold, that's right. Finally, some black champions. Wrong, number one. And what? You didn't read anyway.
So
So
NBA tip opening day for the NBA, we're going to see Denver face off against the Lakers.
I think everybody wants to see that. No, not really. Only Laker fans wants to see that because
And
because they have a petty they have a new petty beef.
and then we get Suns Warriors as also
Sons
the
of
other,
War.
which it's like all right, cool, I guess.
I mean, yeah, you want to, NBA. Here's the thing, NBA. As much as I love you, I wouldn't always fucking hate y'all for being so messy every fucking year. I don't care about look, and this is coming from somebody that loves this dude and coming from somebody that's the exact same age as him. I don't give a fuck about old ass CP3 coming off the bench in the first game of the season, like him and Devin Booker are going to fucking swing at each other. Shut up.
Dude, let's talk about that real quick.
Whatever.
So we got Golden State's golden boy, Jordan Poole. For all
Yes, we
intents and
do.
purposes,
Yeah, we do. I forgot about
for all intents and purposes, Jordan Poole will actually fit with the Wizards system.
I think he's gonna be. It's like I'm gonna say the same thing Gilbert Arenas said. He better be a dog. He better come in here and I mean just
this is his time to actually show he's the man.
Like he needs to go in there and the shit he needs to do needs to be like it needs to be like I want him to be so good that they have to go to Gilbert like, hey Gilbert, we need you there tonight, man, to see like we need you just to be in a crowd when this nigga do his shit. Like he needs to be on that level of like this might be the dude. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. DC ain't getting the championship no time soon. We just want playoff wins. That's all we want. That's all we want right now. We ain't asking for a lot here, DC.
I made a bold look. I have made bold proclamations, and some of it has came true. All I'm saying is this: I made a bold proclamation that the O's are going to turn it around, which they have. Not saying they're going to win the World Series. We'll see. I feel it coming. I don't know if it's gonna be this year, but I feel a World Series win coming.
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Just because I want to see it in my lifetime, I think they're gonna get a more legitimate run than the Nationals did. Like the Nationals, as much as we loved it, we knew the truth. Oh, this luck. We're waiting for the we're waiting for the wall to fall. With the O's, I think it's gonna be good now, perfect. Ain't nobody about to beat them. Ain't nobody. Who they got to face? They're gonna beat them, and it'd be like 5 games. Told you. You know what I mean?
Just because I just need Cal Ripken Jr. to be in the stands when it happens.
Cal being all old with the O's hat in his head.
I just need it.
I feel they need to be on that. They need to be on that, man.
There's a spite part of me that's like, I need Jordan Poole to prove to Golden State that it was a mistake that they got rid of him.
Oh yeah. Not even like because I see it on 2 different levels for him. Number one, there's a team moving you out of a spot after they drop money on you like that. And then they jettison you out of that jump forward. Just real talk for somebody that probably has much more.
He's the heart.
Hold on. This much more court efficiency than you on a good night. They signed him over you.
They get CP3, and they got CP3,
and they got somebody older. That just real talk. Like I said, I love Chris. There's some parts of his game that is diminished a bit. You know what I mean? He's more of a he's a stronger leader. He's still defensively sound, but he gets yoked. He every night like, oh, come on, Chris. He's getting a little bit older. So if you're him right now, yeah, you need to be mad. And here's the best part, and just going to add this part. The best part about all this is that you got somebody that just got re-signed to that team that already know the city and all the rest of that shit, who just real talk. Oh, y'all didn't want me either? Cool. Hey, you trying to dog, nigga? You trying to dog, nigga? That is the perfect ingredient for good basketball. I ain't saying like super, they're going to be third in the East, but like, man,
there's a possibility.
You're going to have to work going against the Wizards, nigga. You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is there's hope that the Wizards will no longer be, well, I guess we're going to work for that 10th place spot. There's a possibility.
Let me tell you something. I hate the NBA for this because you made me realize that the play-in games are number one mediocre at best because you're trying to get to the 8th spot, which is incredibly mediocre. So that's why. That's just facing that truth. The mediocre bowl. That's what it feels like to me.
But they also only did it because the players was like, well, it's a little boost in NBA revenue, and we get a little bit of that money. So
I'll give it that. I don't know how much it does when it comes to injuries. It puts another twist in the game, a bit unnecessarily of a twist. Here's the funny thing: as much as I was kind of against it, I wanted it to happen. I'm glad the way they kind of implemented it, and it works well. If it was like something where they did and it didn't work well, whatever. But here's the funny thing: I can see probably like in 7 years they'll have a real long talk about this and be like, "Okay, we're dumping it." I can see that happening, but at the same time, as it is, it's okay. That's
flip side, The Phoenix Suns fan base got really obnoxious because Phoenix has Bradley Beal now, and look, me and you,
Bradley and KD, bro.
Me and you, we love Bradley Beal. It's that Phoenix Suns squad on paper. It looked like they could do damage, but I don't know.
There's a lot of D'Antoni team coming off this. Like y'all have all the right pieces, but I feel that there's better teams than you. And I know somebody probably saying like, well, outside of Nuggets, who else can stop them? That's a good question. I do feel that somebody can stop them. I just
Lakers, Golden State.
Shit, Lakers can. Golden State could probably look. Golden State ain't gonna wash them, but work. Y'all gonna have to work. You're gonna look like I like the Nuggets. The Nuggets have the champions aura around it, so I won't say they can't.
They still kept their pieces.
But, like I said, I said it before, man. As much as I didn't want the Nuggets to win, it was their time. They deserved it. Him, like I said, Jamal Murray and Joker, man. Fuck you. That's just no. Fuck you. That's Karl Malone and Stockton if it actually worked. I'm like, that's scary, man. I ain't trying to deal with this shit. So it's just because Joker can stretch so much of the goddamn court. That's the only reason why I'm like that. He can stop him. He has shitty days. It's like, prove it, D. Fuck you. Like that's how I feel with Joker. Yeah.
Side note, it is so sick how Stockton can sit back and be like, y'all ain't breaking my fucking damn record, are you? Nope.
Fuck you, Stock. First off, Stock. I'm with Gilbert Arenas now. You overrated. You overrated.
What? You think he's a man? Look, I disagree.
No. I'm with the joke with Gilbert, like because Gilbert scorched him his last two. He's like, man, but he was. Oh, I don't care. He was still the greatest, wasn't he? but that being said, I always felt that John Stockton is one of the greatest point guards of all time. Straight up, gets all the respect in the world for me for that. I feel as though you only had one nigga to pass.
but it's like
and Karl Malone, yes, it's like you had LeBron James your whole career. That's what it feels like to me. That's a bit of a disadvantage,
And you barely heard Stockton being injured, so
very good at that. That last few years,
Yeah, that dude was like the fucking Cal Ripken, like this perfect attendance.
All that. I remember his last year when he got hurt. I think it was like
an anomaly. It's like
was it like a knee injury or something like that. He slowed like when he got hurt. That's when it was like, okay, guys, one more year, I'm out of here. I'm out. Like, yo, that
401k is coming up.
Somebody asked me, oh yeah, my nephew showed me a clip. I wish I actually put it up here. This is where Working Time Sports Show is going to get a lot better, y'all. Trust me. But my nephew showed me a clip, and he asked so many questions. And the clip was a 3-point contest. Brent Berry hit the final 3, made it, and started crip walking. He's like, what the fuck was I'm like this? It was 2004. Shut up. Shut up. Actually, I think it was like 2002 or whatever. But I know that era of basketball well. As much that little period when Jordan retired and when I say, what do I say? When the Lakers won their two, and they were just scary. Yeah, like those. Yeah,
That was a weird time.
that was a weird time. Like it was some good basketball. Like it showed that the league can live without Michael Jordan, but at the same time, it was like, whoa, what kind of gassing it are we, fellas?
Here's the thing. As I mentioned before,
Anyway,
as I mentioned before, open the season, so we're getting Boston in the Knicks opening day 2.
cool. Why not? Cool.
Victor Wembanyama is going to be making
Wembanyama. If you want now to make it easy for you, Chris, Wemby. That's what everybody call him.
He's going to be making his debut against his other European counterpart, Luka, in the Mavs opening day 2. So that's going to be
decent. Yeah. Mavs and that's going to be decent for him. I would say this: don't get excited. Do not get excited for Vic yet, because I think Vic is going to have the same type of at least patience that we gave Giannis. He's going to have to be awarded that same amount. Yes, this dude is 7'4" and can pretty much shoot from anywhere and all the rest of that. It's just funny to me when some players come from Europe and that NBA speed hits them and they don't know how to deal with it. And the NBA is not nearly as rough. It is nowhere close as rough as it used to be. Mm-hmm. But there's still something about NBA contact that has a way of harming a man. So it's going to be interesting his first whole year. I hope the best for him. He's with Popovich. He's with one of the best coaches for that shit. So
all eyes is going to be on Zion Williamson this season.
Boy, is Fat Boy playing this year?
Apparently,
I really want him.
But the big question is he going to be available for all the games this season? That's the X factor.
Okay, all right.
That's the X factor.
Chris. Much like when I asked you, much like offline, and no, we're not answering online. We're not answering on this show right now. Much like offline, I asked you the real question between Michaela and Sage Steele was who's better at actually doing their job. Like the real question is this: Who's going to play more games? Zion or Ben?
Zion.
That I think Ben. I think it's going to be Ben. Don't play the down. Don't play
What you think Ben, Mr. Solo Dolo, fucking Simmons is going to fucking play?
Hey man, look man, he from the rush streets of Melbourne, nigga. You don't. He might be from Sydney. I don't know where you from, nigga. Look, man, that's the bright sunshine for the down under, nigga. He gonna look serious. You see his. You know what, yo? Like I swear to God, I feel like if I was Ben's friend, I would punch him in the chin. Hey man, look what I just did, man. I'm about to put this on IG. Get that shit out. Play during the season. Oh God, you know how much money I lost on you, nigga. Speaking of which, shout out to James Harden for doing something vicious where I was like, man, that's fucked up. And when I thought about the situation, no, I would have done the same thing. So Philadelphia 76ers decided, hey, no, dude, you're staying in Philly. And James Harden was like, man, kiss my ass. I want out of here. And now the trade deadline went up and he can't get traded. Now he's stuck in Philadelphia. So you can't say nothing about it. Well, this nigga was in China, and guess what he did?
Shit about China.
Singing. He started singing. And he was like, why he can do that? Well, apparently, the Chinese love them some James Harden. So, I can speak my shit here. And yes, you do something to me, will affect your money over here. My point is this, Chris. The reason why I love the NBA is because the players have more power now than they ever had. Mm-hmm. I knew, at first I was kind of actually worried about that, right? Mm-hmm. And the reason why I actually switched was because of Michael Jordan. Because Michael Jordan was so adamant of not giving the players any kind of power. I remembered as a kid, he forced that. He wanted players to have power. He wanted players to be able to get money like he was getting and all that. Mike was actually legit for the players. And when he became an owner, he became a different person. And that was actually my final straw with Michael Jordan as a man. I was done with him. Like my hero. No, for real. My hero's gone. My hero's gone. The dude I saw on that court was just the dude on that court. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was my final day. But yeah, I'm so for the players having power in situations like this, because there was a time where, oh, you stuck, you can't say nothing. It was almost slavery type shit. You know? No. So no. Go ahead, Beard. Talk your shit, nigga. Now, real talk. Live up to your damn name. But you know what? James Harden can do that. He was MVP. Look, Chris, he MVP. I barely got a job, nigga. So,
but Gil made a good point though. Gil was like, James fulfilled his satisfaction because he was led to believe, like, yo, if I can, I mean, obviously Philly did what they did these past couple of seasons and stuff, but they still made the playoffs. But from James's point of view, it's like, hey, I fulfilled my end of the bargain here. I took a $15 million pay cut. Philly got a winning season. Sure, it wasn't deep into the playoffs, but we got in. We had a winning season. What the fuck, you know?
And the second I start asking for where's the rest of my money, you over here starting tapping your fucking.
Oh man, what are you talking about?
Damn, bro. Let me see. No, man, shut up. You know, fuck y'all, man. Like, yo, I would have been the same. I'll be the same way as James, yo. It's so stupid why they do that shit, man. Like y'all, no. James had all the fucking power in that situation. I would have been the same.
Look, dude, we saw the miracle man at work. That man went from fat boy in fucking Houston to skinny man in fucking Philly within 2 days.
I still think I think he had a hyperbolic time chamber. He hasn't told nobody.
Bro, I laughed so hard because this dude was huge in Houston. When he got to Philly, I was like, this nigga fucking, god damn, he got cut. Like, what the hell happened?
Like sports medicine?
Did he just stop eating? Did he just stop eating bread and just said,
I feel like it was something like
broccoli and chicken. Let's go.
Like, dog, it's like a condition. It's like a condition. Like if you don't eat,
just water, broccoli, and chicken. That's all you had.
Like, oh no, yeah, that's what he had to do: water, broccoli, chicken, or one of the days. I remember who was it? It wasn't Gilbert Arenas. It was actually Isaiah Thomas, the other one, the one in Boston. He said he did the whole little actually going to hyperbolic chamber. He was talking about how he's trying to look up weight and all the rest of that shit. It was like dumb as hell. I'm like, yo, what type of advancement in sports is this shit? And I'm thinking to myself, but boxers got to run that shit off. That's so fucking mean, nigga.
All right,
like, I've never seen boxers take the cut routes that football players, hockey players, and basketball players take. Nah, these niggas in the woods fighting trees, running. Now, I think it's all for show. It probably is all for show. They don't show you all the sports science shit they'd go through. But I hate that shit.
Look, I swear Creed had me believing. I'm like, is that how the Russians train? They just fight bears.
I hear wrestling bears out there doing the thing where they like dump themselves in ice, like run in place. Oh,
using chains
instead of ropes, it's chains. You playing the Soviet things on
I swear, Creed 2, I was like, hey, Adonis, you about to get murdered by this Russian.
boy. Look, nigga, this is the reason why I don't like Creed 2. Because I know there was a nigga named Yuri in the movie theater. This is ridiculous. That not happened in Russia. What the ball for that? Where
are we getting this?
Where would he get chain from? If I had chain in Russia, I would not do that. I would actually put it.
Where's the best?
I got a feeling like, whoa, that shit. They're like, this is racist. And then that one thing where he was actually, what was he wrestling? Was he wrestling like an animal or something like that?
No, he wasn't wrestling an animal. He was punching. He was in
the woods or some shit.
Yo, he was punching the shit out of his dad when he had all that pad on and shit. It's like, god damn, you just
man. Anyways, it stays on the sports. I've been watching a bunch of combat sports stuff, like little documentaries about certain people in combat sports. I will say this: kickboxing is probably still like the king when it comes to the best fighters. But dog, they show this one dude. He's an amateur. This nigga's an amateur. Everybody in the gym was lighting this nigga up. He was just like this. Pa, ooh, pa, ah, pa, ooh. He was eating that shit. This motherfucker get up and start fighting again. I'm like, either they do meth down there. when they trade or
I mean,
like
hey,
yo,
look,
here's me. Wow, all that training, and a bullet will drop you dead.
all right, but go back to NBA. So Christmas Day,
Mm-hmm.
we got Bucks and Knicks,
Mm-hmm.
Golden State and Denver, Boston Lakers,
Wait,
76.
Bucks and Knicks. Wait a minute, Bucks and Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Hey, look, NBA. I get it. They're a little bit good. Nobody wants to see the Knicks. Anyway, go ahead.
Golden State, Denver,
Okay,
and
fine.
Boston Lakers. That's the daytime games.
Boston and Lakers.
Coast to
Okay.
coast. Evening games, 76ers and Heat, and Dallas and Phoenix.
Decent. That's decent. That's a decent one.
MLK Day, Houston, Philly,
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio, Atlanta, Golden State, Memphis, and OKC and Lakers.
I bet.
Yeah. So yeah, it's it's and they say it's kind of interesting because out of the 8 teams, only one of them is going to have televised games during like the last stretch of like January to mid March on ABC, and it's the Pacers, Magic, Raptors, Wizards, Piston, Hornets, and Rockets on ABC.
Mm.
Which that makes sense at least for the Wizards because they're more like ESPN and what's our local one, CSM or whatever.
Is that see? That's another thing. I know that well, it's
Sometimes
still,
TNT, depending on who they play.
And here in DC, it's still NBC. I think they're either changing over because something happened recently. A lot of the because a lot of the smaller markets are changing up. I know in like the bigger markets, like here in DC, and I heard like in I think it was Chicago, one of them, they had the like all the affiliates re-upped and made sure they were still a part of everybody. And Baltimore was still having that problem with MSN. I mean, and with they're still having that whole problem with Massive and all the rest of that shit, you know. And how are they still blacking? They're not still blacking out games, but if you live like in Delaware, you can't see shit, or so it's something stupid.
If you're in Delaware, if you're in Delaware, you're pretty much getting more Philly games than anything from
I heard
DC.
you'll get a Nationals game out there, but you got to have like the package or some shit like that. But I think like I said, there's something wrong with the Orioles with their whole broadcast shit, and they're not the only team from what I say a decently sized city that got to deal with that shit.
Look, man, I have YouTube TV on my phone.
Hey,
it's crazy. When I think it was one Sunday, we were coming back from Charlotte. I could actually watch a Dallas Cowboy game off YouTube TV on the Fox channel, which was kind of shocking.
The Fox app only works if you're in the local area. Shit, I hate that shit. I always hated that, you know, because that seems like a backwards ass way of making sure nobody fucks over the people. Anyway, whatever.
But anyways, NFL.
Before we go to NFL, real quick, just a update on F1. Real quick, nothing really big.
Verstappen's gonna win again, ain't he?
Look, I ain't even worried about that shit. The one weird thing that's coming up is that like certain teams are getting better and all the rest of it. Because like I said, the most interesting part about all of F1 is just everybody that isn't Max Verstappen at this point. But anyway, not even gonna go through stay on too long. 10th place right now, and in standings, 10th place right now is Esteban Ocon with 35 points, Lance Stroll with 47. Lando Norris, who's been coming back, had a couple of really good races, getting in second place in one race, and he's just been scoring a lot more points. McLaren has gotten so much better. But anyway, Lando Norris sits at 8th place with 69 points. Carlos Sainz at 92 points. No, at 6th place with 99. Tied at 99 points. Charles Leclerc and George Russell in 4th place right now, and this is pretty much the four people who are pretty much, I would say, who's the four most important people on the whole grid right now. Mm-hmm. 4th place is Lewis Hamilton with 148. 3rd place is Fernando Alonso with 149, and that's something interesting because Fernando Alonso in all of Aston Martin is finally admitting, yeah. So the first 4 races was good. And like I think we changed the tire setting, and we don't know what we're doing. That's the way it feels. They said there's something wrong with the aero, or all the rest of that. They don't know exactly what the problem is, but they admitted it. It was one of those things where a team has to admit their fault. It was like, yes, we have been sucking. We know that. So that's pretty much what happened, right? But that's how, if anybody noticed how Lewis Hamilton went from like 7th place and now he's fighting for 3rd place. But anyway, in 2nd place, I'm probably gonna be fighting for 2nd place the way he's driving lately. Sergio Perez with 189, and of course Max Verstappen won the whole thing already. So that's like there's no even need to go into that shit. But like I said, it's very interesting how Lewis and George Russell has actually clear color sites. They're going to do a whole little thing. Ferrari, they just got a new boss and all the rest of that. So but the one other thing that came out that's interesting that a lot of people kind of forgot was Lewis Hamilton is going to stay with Mercedes. Oh, that's not a big deal. Like, that's not a big deal, what a lot of people say. But like, no, it is a big deal because that wasn't official until Ferrari went up to him, said, try to offer him a massive deal to leave Mercedes to go over to Ferrari. And Lewis just straight up said, no, I'm good. So more than likely everybody's kind of cheering that Lewis is pretty much going to be with Mercedes, I guess, in the next 2 years before everybody. It seems like in 2025, everybody's contract is up. So, no, seriously, like half the grid's and that's because F1 is like any other sport. If you're still there, yes, everybody's contract is pretty much up in 2 years. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But anyway, that is the end of F1. And they're going to be at the Dutch Grand Prix next week. I mean, no, the Dutch Grand Prix? I think that's the next race, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah.
So here's the thing. So we talked about last episode, the XFL season and success that it has and stuff. On top of that, there's been some signings of XFL players to the NFL. I have a list. Kevin Atkins, he is now going. He played for the St. Louis Battlehawks. He is now signed with the New York Giants as a defensive tackle. Alize Mack, tight end. He is signed with Tennessee. He played for the San Antonio Brahmas. Willie Taylor, linebacker, played for the Arlington Renegades. Now he's a Jacksonville Jaguar. Punter, Daniel White Whelan. He played for the DC Defenders. Now he's signed with the Green Bay Packers.
I was going to say, is there any quarterbacks?
Yes. Ben DiNucci. He played for
DiNucci. He's still. Is he playing? Who's going to play for now? No, Denver, because I think he plays for Denver. Right?
Denver. He used to play for the Seattle Sea Dragons. DiNucci. Yeah, he's second wind. We actually have a couple of running backs. Running backs is Jacquez Patrick. He played for the Brahmas.
Yeah, he plays for
Denver now.
He played for Denver. Golly.
Yeah. Who's
like I said, I heard that name. I was like, wait a minute, I know that name. I know
a lot of wide receivers. Hakeem Butler is playing for the Steelers now. Charleston Rombo, he's playing for the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I know Rombo's now. Yeah.
Gary Jennings playing for the Panthers now. Because Gary Jennings, I know him. He used to play for the Miami Dolphins before they cut him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's getting a second win playing for the Panthers now, which is great. Who's the other one? This last one. No, that's it. Everybody else like offensive linemen, kickers, defensive linemen. But it's really kind of showing that the XFL is showing a lot of these NFL teams like, oh shit, we really been sleeping on these players. All right.
Not even that. You're showing they have actual, I would say, better film on them. Yeah. Same thing with you have better film on these players to see what they were. The USFL, same with the USFL. You have actual film and you can see how these guys play against different defenses. At least I would say more mature defenses, because you're getting kids straight out of college, they're still going to be making college kids moves. Some of these dudes have at least played 4 years in what I call practice squad zone. So you're going to, it's good tape on all these people, man.
Well, D, now that the specter that is Dan Snyder is no longer affiliated with the Washington Commanders. Guess who's Bizak as the sponsor of the Washington Commanders now, sir?
Papa John's?
Anheuser-Busch, sir.
Oh,
they're back.
Yes.
They're back. They're back.
Oh my God, man. The money's coming back. Guys, the money's coming back. It's a wonderful day.
But D, guess what? Look, I'm gonna tell you this much. My own girlfriend talked cash shit about FedEx Field. She was like, this field is shit. She literally said that. and she was at a Beyonce concert, and she said it's
It's a
shit.
shitty field. It's a shitty field. It's a shitty state. What? I don't understand what Dan Snyder was trying to do. Was he trying to like sell the team like in a weird way or something? Like FedEx Field, like just like all right. If you're in the DC area, you want to laugh at what I'm about to say. Remember in 2013 where they redid the whole parking lot? That was it.
Yeah.
That was all they did. They just made canopies. And that was it. Dan Snyder needed to go so bad.
Look, I'm gonna see if I can actually put in the notes. I say notes in the section, on our YouTube channel of Urinary Tree going on the history of Dan Snyder, because that was the most. It was the most detail. It's way more detailed than what me and D can tell you, because me and D can tell you certain things that he said that we know of and stuff that we lived and saw. But Tree goes from beginning to end in detail. It's literally like 30 minutes.
And it's weird because the news came up here in DC. And welcome to the fuck today. Anyway, an advertisement decided no, I need to speak. Anyway, but somebody asked me this question not too long ago. I mean, they didn't ask me the question. We was all having a discussion about it because they came up that there's a petition going around that they want to go back to the Redskins. Okay, here's the thing. D calls them the Redskins because I lived in the city all my life and I'm used to calling them the Redskins. And on top of that, it's my little backhanded reminder to let y'all know I know what you really are. But anyway, now that that's a DC joke. That's a DC joke. When I say I know who you really are, DC people know what I mean by that. DC people who are Dallas Cowboy fans, like, no, nigga, I know what you are. But anyway,
it's the Grandpa Simpson.
It is a
cold day in hell.
It'll be a cold day in hell. But really, but they said they want to go back to the command. They want to change their name back, and of course, I'm against it and all the rest of that. And somebody explained it in a really quick way of explaining what they thought of it. And I was like, it's a little bit deeper than that. See, I was like, it's a little bit deeper than that because they wanted to get rid of the name. Because they wanted to get rid of the name Redskin for a while. I'm talking the real big push happened when the last time the Redskins won a Super Bowl was the last time they had a real big push of getting rid of the name. I remember that as a kid, and all the Native American people came out for that shit. And Jack Kent Cooke was like, "You can kiss my wrinkly white ass," and so that's pretty much what happened.
Wrinkly white.
I hate and I was trying to tell them like. You would have to live here in DC to know this, but the Washington Commanders as an organization, everything is soaked in racism. It is soaked in backhanded promises to colored people of all kinds. And really, what's kind of funny, as much as I hate, and as we all hated what Daniel Snyder did, pushing Sean Taylor's ghost out there and shit and doing that disrespectful bullshit. Here's the funny thing. It's on brand for this fucking franchise to do something like that. So I think what a lot of people is like, they're just so pissed off and they're just glad he's going. And Chris, I think us Dallas fans here in this area, we are doing the nice thing. We're allowing them to be happy.
But it's also something
because we see what they went through. And we had to sit there telling them, yeah, we know our owner's racist. Y'all owner don't listen to y'all. We had to do that for years. Yeah.
So here's the thing too. With that, there's a federal bill that's getting passed in DC that could lead to the redevelopment and also include a new Commander Stadium. And there's this big push for it to be at the same site as the RFK Stadium that will be demolished. And we talked at length about how a lot of the residents near RFK Stadium are not really keen on the stadium being built there.
They're going to fucking force it, ain't they? And it's going to be, look, I'm going to put it out there, y'all. I don't know if it's going to be Muriel or the mayor after them. They're going to be doing this. No,
But
no,
here's the thing.
no. As the bulldozer runs over them, that's exactly what's going to happen. What the mayor of DC is going to have to deal with is going to be so unfair.
But not even
that.
That's
what going to do.
Besides a stadium, the sweeten the deal, I think this is the only reason why they're even thinking of doing redevelopment. On top of the stadium, new housing, parks, and stores on top of that. Because obviously, if you're going to do a stadium, you need stores, you need all that. Now, again, if you want another video,
we don't have the clip of Colonel Akbar going, "It's a trap."
Oh, it's a trap.
Oh, all of that is. Speaking of which, if you're gonna do anything, can you tear at least the trap down over there? They're still up over there. Y'all can still tear them down. There's like 3 of them on Rhode Island Avenue. Y'all can take that. Anyway,
here's the thing. When you have, and this is the total, I think it was like when they asked the council members about that, they said it was like 5 that was in favor. I think the other 5 were very non-committal. They didn't know whether they wanted to do it or not. 3 of them were like, hell no. And then everybody else didn't even respond to what they do. So you're already in a mixed bag of people that want the stadium to happen and don't, and everybody else is just like, I don't know, and all that shit. So it's a mess. It is a mess.
It's going to be a mess because this is, if they are, in all honesty, I think the right move is to get the fuck out of Landover. As much as I think they should just revamp that state because you really can
revamp that stadium.
You can fix FedEx very easily. It's not that old of a stadium where it's going to be this huge, uplifting, but the pipe system in that junk is hurt shit. All of that is. So I understand that much, but okay, that might be the right move to leave PG.
But the problem is
at that point, outside of taking it back to that part in DC, because there's no more room in DC. Let's just be real, Chris. Unless you're going to tear down a good chunk of Northeast, and they're not going to do that.
It is put this way.
You see what I'm saying? Where else you got to go? It's Virginia.
When they put National Stadium there, and they were talking about DC United having a stadium, I think I was like, where? Right? Because I'm like, where do you put it at? And when they put it where it's at, it's like, okay, that makes sense. Because
I was living in DC when it happened. Who was it? Marion Barry was big on that shit because what they were going to do was have it right across the street from National Stadium. And it was like, I'm sorry, you're going to do what?
Now here's the kicker.
They were going to tear down the whole entire trap. One story they finally did this year. They gave them a full 15 years before they tore it down. And I think that's exactly what Marion Barry wanted. I know you're going to do what you want to do, but at least give the people some time to get out that situation, yeah. Because even though they built it away from all the buildings and all the rest of that, like I say, it took them a good amount of years to finally actually tear down the neighborhood they wanted to tear down in the first place. So at least you dodged it a little bit. Did you so whatever, man. But yeah, that's the stuff that goes in. But there's no room in DC. You have to put it in Virginia. And here's the funny thing about Virginia. I feel like Virginia is like, we want the Redskins here. We really don't want the Redskins here.
And that's the problem.
I feel like that's Virginia.
Because Virginia, if they even tease it, they have 2 split places. Obviously, people say, hey, put it in Ashburn. But here's the thing, Ashburn is way the fuck out there. And if you live in this area, we're talking right now, and folks that live in DC, we all laugh at this. I didn't know there was a metro stop in Ashburn. Apparently it is. Yes, past Nashville Airport, Ashburn. It's a metro stop.
Wow.
Now I've taken the train from Dulles to Largo. It's on the Silver Line. That is the longest fucking train ride in existence. I fell asleep and woke up and I was like, damn, I'm not even at my fucking stop yet.
No, you're not. You're not at Largo yet. You're in the middle of DC. Go back to sleep.
That's literally what I did. I was like, all right, going back to sleep.
Oh man. Like, yo, dog.
So they had Ashburn, and in the second spot, D, and you're gonna laugh at this. Other side of Dale City.
Yes. That's probably the perfect place to put it.
That's a
right now.
bottleneck. That's a bottleneck, though, to me.
Oh, God, I was just about to get there. It has the same problem that FedEx has. That's going to be the same problem. The upside, you're going to have more room. The upside, I think you're going to have a lot bigger access for fans to get there, but it's still going to be bottleneck.
95 is going to be a mess.
You're still going to be bottleneck. And here's the stupid thing. I feel like the people of Fredericksburg are going to be like, fuck no. I feel like the people of Dale City are going to be like, fuck no. I feel like Quantico is going to be like, fuck
we already got a military base. Why do we need this?
I feel like the councilmen in Largo are going to be like, yes. Not Largo. I'm not Largo. I mean, in Lorton. No, the people in Lorton, all the people that can make money off this in Lorton. Yeah. Let's do that.
Oh, I was about to say Stafford County because that's
Stafford County in general. I think they salivating. Like, yeah.
Stafford County.
Put that shit in the middle of Garrisonville. Nobody gives.
Because Stafford County, they're building up. They're throwing some houses and shopping centers and Panda Expresses and shit up there.
I would say that in Dumfries. I would say Dumfries too. I think Dumfries is actually a good spot. I don't know where in Dumfries, but again, you're going to have the same fucking problem. And I think that's the problem with all these stadiums anyway. You're going to have it close enough to the highway, and you're going to have you got to have enough room to have your stadium be a stadium, but you're going to have to build up around there. The problem was you had that spot in Largo and you did nothing for the community around it. Do you realize it's a bad neighborhood over there, right? Nobody realizes it's actually a bad neighborhood right beside FedEx.
Hey, look, man. My girl.
That's still the trap over there.
My girl and her friends. They got a front row seat to that. And I was like, yeah, see Pleasant, the hood, yeah.
You are right there. That is intersecting Largo, See Pleasant. No, I'm sorry, the city of Largo.
Downtown Largo. Go fuck
downtown
yourself.
Largo. Thank you. It's downtown Largo. It's See Pleasant and it's Palmer Park. It's Palmer Park too.
One side is nice. The other side is not so nice.
Dog.
And the other side is Capitol Heights.
So D. So and a little bit further down is Landover. So it's like D is Chris. It's not a bad place you can build up. It just shows that Daniel Snyder did not invest no time, no effort into the area he was.
Like think about it.
He did for Ashburn. Where the Redskins, where their office is, he did it for the office, but he didn't do it for his own stadium where his players play at.
Think about it. When Jack King Cook first built that stadium, what did he do? He built that the community center down the street.
Yeah, thinking there was going to be number of white people living in there.
Yeah, even though black people. And granted, that community center is still up and running. Perfectly fine.
Still up and running.
Haven't seen any issues and stuff, which I'm like, all right, cool. He did something that was like, all right, if I'm gonna build a stadium here, let me at least put something here for the community.
They initially built up all of Raljon, Maryland.
Don't get me started on that shit, Raljon, Maryland.
Shout outs to John Madden. I think it will be Madden 96 to Madden 98 that had to say that Pat Summerall was forced to say Raljon, Maryland.
John Madden, welcome to Raljon, Maryland. I remember playing my dad at Madden 98 and both of us just laughing at that, like, Raljon, get the fuck out of here.
I remember my dad said Capitol Heights.
But D,
that is four hoods intersecting. You better be glad they're in a game war in DC.
The thing that's going to keep this stadium from happening is that who's going to pay for it? Because right now, Washington already maxed out their borrowing power because of the improvements around DC. Ooh. So who's going to pay for the money? Ooh. You can't raise taxes because people are going to be like, fuck you.
Ooh. And this is
Good luck. Because here's the thing. They max out their borrowing power to 2029. So
they better be going to fucking Metro. But yeah, that's still woo.
Yeah.
Nigga, this ain't LA. This ain't like a Midwest city that's been sitting on money, nigga. No,
I mean think about it, like because I think they said because somebody did an expose about like you know a lot of these teams like Buffalo, they're going to be spending upwards of $850 million for a new stadium. Tennessee, Nashville actually is going to be spending upwards of 1.2 billion for a new stadium for the Titans.
And I heard that they tizaxing the shit out of everybody in Tennessee.
Ooh, yes, they are.
I heard that's coming right out the taxpayers' pocket on that one, man. Yo, man, like, shoot. Let me tell you something. Even when it's on the up and up, people get pissed off of that. Remember when every Maryland person got mad? Like, what do you mean the Ravens getting a new stadium? Like, that's the only reason why the Orioles. That's the only reason why the Orioles have every right to leave Camden Yards and get a better stadium. They have every right to do so.
Apparently,
that's what I'm saying. The Orioles have every right to do so. If Baltimore will find a perfect spot to make the stadium, do you know the pushback of niggas who don't even know the Orioles? There will be people in Salisbury driving up there and like, hell no.
Somebody,
no, bro.
Yeah, hey, all it takes
They
is
tripped out when they built the stadium for the Ravens. Nigga, what make you
dog,
think?
Can you imagine if the state of Delaware got the Baltimore Orioles a stadium? I will laugh so hard.
No, look, that's never going to happen because now it's time for me to flex. Maryland got money. I like that Maryland. Look, see, that's the stupid part. He can do this. They can easily do this in Montgomery County, because they so city like we ain't got the space for it.
Yeah, you do.
Gaithersburg, shit, you can tear down half of Wheaton and actually do something with that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Look, nigga, I know Maryland politics. Y'all can tear down all of Silver Spring and nobody's gonna say shit.
Dog, you put that shit. Dude, you can put that shit in Columbia.
Nigga, you can. You should probably.
I'm just saying.
Look, dog. The Redskins could be he could be right outside of Maryland Live. Probably perfect for the Redskins to be right there too.
Gambling, and I can watch the Redskins lose.
I have this weird feeling though that every proposal they gave Maryland, the state of Maryland, smelt, because, like I said,
remember they were going to build a stadium right over there by Maryland Live, by the National Harbor.
What happened with that? That was something
limbo.
No, but knowing the state of Maryland, because we know our state very well. No. What are you saving the money for? Stuff. Now leave us alone. Seriously, Maryland, like somebody told me that years ago, and it took me till I was a real full-grown man to understand that Maryland is nothing more than Connecticut, just in the South, just under the Mason-Dixon line. We are so loaded with fucking money, it's ridiculous. Maryland makes a lot of money and don't spend shit.
and cries poor at the same time.
Oh my God. Don't cries poor. No. Maryland don't cries poor. They do this shit. Like, yeah, we got all this money. So how much of that is going to go into law enforcement for the city of Baltimore? No more questions. All right, we're done here.
You forgot the other question. So how much of that's going to go to schools? Next question.
So Charles County has a real problem when it comes. So Charles County is having an increased problem with a lot of people in the influx. Is this about crime again? Yeah. Next question. Yes, there's a methamphetamine problem, and yes, we know there's a methamphetamine problem in St. Mary's County. We have told you again. No. We have told you. Shut up, Chris. You kind of got it right there. I can't be. Oh no, we told you people. The meth was there when we got there. It grows out the ground naturally. Let me tell you something, y'all. I noticed that every state has unique meth heads. The meth heads of St. Mary's County are just, it's like they all talk black and they have missing teeth. It is just great. Anyway.
So D, I think we go. Let's go through these Madden ratings. Because Madden, first off, Madden 24, trash as expected.
Oh yeah, trash, just total trash, huh? But I'm looking at I was using the Madden ratings just to laugh and looking at some of these teams. Yeah. But anyway, but are we going to go through division or what? What are we going to do?
Division. Let's go to division.
Let's go to division. Of course, Chris, let's go to our favorite team of all time, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
Now, Dallas Cowboys, of course. Matt, they got us at an 88, and everybody feels good right now with Dallas. Chris, the only thing I would have to
Well, we signed Zach Martin back.
I was
Thank
just about
God.
to sign. They did the smart thing. They resigned Zach Martin. We ended up getting Stephon Gilmore. Oh God, man. We told Zeke that we didn't need him, and we put confidence in Tony Pollard. For some reason, everybody in the world hates Dak Prescott. I don't know what Dak said to somebody, but everybody, like you said, he's on a hot seat with us. They re-signed Trayvon Diggs too, and that was smart too. Right now, Chris, everybody really has this feeling that Dallas this is it for Dallas. This is it. This is everything that we wanted. This is everything that we needed, man. God damn, they got Michael Parsons at a 97. Sheesh. Tony Paul is an 88. That doesn't make any sense to me.
The Eagles are a 91. I'm very
What, jealous of that? I think the Eagles are a better team than us, though, for real. And I mean that in all honesty. I think the Eagles, it's not that they got the better quarterback. Because I don't think Jalen is any better than Dak. They've made that very clear. I don't think he's any better than Dak.
I'm really feeling like Nino Brown. I'm about ready to stab Jalen in his hands like I ain't living like his pretty ass anyway. Like that's how I feel right now.
They have a better offensive line. Let's make that clear. They have a better offensive line. I think their pass rush is just about as good as ours. I think we're pretty much on the same even level. I think both of us are going to lose the game to each other.
They got DeAndre Swift.
I think that's it. Yeah, I think that was DeAndre Swift. Oh yeah, I forgot they got what's his name too.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's a good addition.
What are the Commanders at?
Fletcher Cox is still on that team, and I keep on forgetting that Fletcher. I thought Fletcher would have retired, nigga. I swear to God, I thought Fletcher retired.
Fletcher like, nah, I'm still here, dog.
So the Commanders, they ain't goddamn rating down here. That's
74.
They're 74.
Yes, they are 74.
All right, so
that makes sense.
So here's the thing: the Commanders right now, they're in flux as a franchise. First off, so I do not expect no buzz from the next year, Chris.
They're kind of
they're going to get their wins in, and I think they're young right now, and they really want to know what type of team they are. Also, they ain't got no quarterback. So
well, they're expecting big things from Chase Young coming off his injury last year, and
that's going to be a big part too because I want to know how good Chase is coming back from shit like that, man. Especially when you're a good player, bro.
The Giants are at a 77.
They deserve to be a 77.
They're slightly better than the Skins. They are. Why I say the Skins? Washington. They are slightly better.
The commies.
The Manders. The commies.
They are
slightly.
The Manders. But hold on, let me see. What's Saquon? Dexter Lawrence is a 94. He's supposed to be a 94. Oh, Saquon's a 93. I can't hate that. You want to know why they're at where they at? I don't think nobody really trusts Daniel Jones.
What? White Vic ain't in your
Shut up. Shut up, Chris. Oh my God. You just broke a blood vessel in my eye. Did you what? Ooh. So before we get out the NFC East, Chris, do you see two teams coming out? And I know what you're going to say, Dallas and Eagles. Yeah, I think we're safe. I hate saying it like that, but I think we're safe.
Bold prediction. I want all four of the teams to go in. We almost had a shot last season. We had a shot last season.
We had a shot.
And the commies fucked it up.
The commies commied, all right? No,
my man,
the Commanders red-skinned.
My man Del Rio really looked at that report in the face like, we had a chance to get in the playoffs? Didn't know.
No, that wasn't Del Rio. No, that was you thought not Jack Del Rio, nigga. Oh, fucking Riviera, nigga.
Riviera. He really looked at the report like,
Riviera's like this. We could be in. I hate that because he legit didn't know. That's so fucking funny. Fire your staff. Ain't nobody the whole day. Hey, yo, coach, you want the intensity, bro?
We can get in. Nah, we're good, man. We're good.
You remind me of that story that I heard that when Russell Westbrook when Russell Westbrook came to DC and he was seeing the team practice and he was passing the ball around like crazy. He's like, whoa. Y'all done passed it 8 times. One time went to Bradley Beal. Do you know who he is? This is Bradley Beal. He just went down all his acronyms. Nah, all y'all run. All y'all, we all wrong. Let's do it right. That's how I feel.
All right,
That's
so
what I feel they needed. Somebody on the Redskins going, hey. So it's like 4th down. I think we need to go for this, coach. Yeah, we got to make the playoffs. And it would have hit Ron then. Oh shit!
change the playbook.
That is on the level of, girl, you ain't got no friends. It's on that same level.
All right, NFC North, Detroit Lions.
Let
Detroit
me tell
is
you
sitting
something.
at a 78.
At a 78, they feel good because
They had a good season last year.
They did feel good, man. All their young talent actually showed up. They got Dan Campbell is one of those coaches that looks like he will suck off an elephant if it will make his team better. So St. Brown is still one of my favorite underrated receivers right now, man. And they got a pretty good offensive line and all that, man. There's a lot of excitement between. They feel like they can do something, man. They feel like they can do the impossible, win a playoff game. So that's what they really feel like they can do right now, man.
Vikings are at a smooth 78, which is not shocking.
And the Vikings are overrated to me, man.
Kirk Cousins is the quarterback. 78's about right.
Wait. I'm gonna say we're Kirk. Well, first off, Justin Jefferson is a 99. I'm not saying he shouldn't be. I'm just saying. but
Green Bay.
TJ Hawkins. Hold on. TJ Hawkinson is a 90. Danielle Hunter's an 87. I see they're top heavy. Of course, they're top heavy. And Kirk Cousins is an 84. Chris. Controversial statement here. Kirk Cousins is a 92, is an 82 in these books. He's an 82. He has a nice arm and nothing else. That is D. You can disagree with me if you want to, but Kirk Cousins is just competent.
The stat man in me says he should be at 89.
He should be. You see how that nigga be just throwing that motherfucker, man? You ever see a nigga with high stats? Y'all see that shit in video games for niggas that got put up high stats and they still rated like an 84. You like, man, what? Garbage time, nigga. It's called garbage time. Unlike basketball, basketball garbage time is fun because I agree with Gilbert. Like, they try to do set passes. It's 2 minutes on the clock. Nah, nigga. Drew that joke. Oh, I drew the foul. I'm trying to score, nigga. That's what I'm saying. Basketball is different. And football is pathetic. It's like, stop, bro. Y'all lost the game by 15. Nobody cares about that 90-yard touchdown, Kurt. The game is over.
Green Bay is rated at a 76, which is to be expected because you lost your boy.
COVID Rogers.
COVID Warrior Rogers.
Oh man, QAnon Rogers. That's what it was, QAnon Rogers. But
immunized Rogers, sir.
Oh God, Jesus! Shut up, Chris. Shut up. Oh God. Oh. No, bro, this team is without a quarterback, man, and at least they don't know what their quarterback. Who is the quarterback? I forgot. It was homeboy Love. Yeah, Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Jordan, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't like you in college. I don't know how great you're going to be on the NFL, but here you are, Negro. Good luck. So,
but in the round of twist, Chicago Bears are 87. Not shocked on that.
Yeah, I am shocked on that.
How are you shocked? How you shocked?
Hold on, what they rating is?
87.
87. Chris, look directly at the camera. Name somebody on their team that is not DJ Moore or fucking Justin Fields. Name somebody on their team that ain't them.
PJ Walker
ain't on the team no more. No, he ain't. You just making up names, nigga. He ain't on that shit.
He's on the team.
PJ Walker?
Mm-hmm.
You mean DeMarcus Walker, nigga?
No, it's PJ Walker. He's on the team.
Look, the point is this, nigga. They are overrated. I think they are. I don't know why they got them that high.
I think it's because
what reason.
I think. Oh no, D. To be fair, it could be because the Peterman is on the team.
The Peterman.
The Peterman. Nathan Peterman is their backup quarterback.
Oh, Peterman is on the team. Yay. He could be a good backup when Justin trips up and it's like, nah, I'm playing. But no, I think the Bears, they're just really excited for for. All right, I don't know what DJ Moore is going to do, and I don't know how much of a dynamic shift that's going to make on the offense,
Yeah,
but they really think he can do that. And the only other additional thing I will add to that is that they do have a mean defensive line right now.
yeah. I think that's probably what would be.
Nasty
I think that's what beef.
defensive line. So I think, yes, I get the hype. Y'all are not an 80 set. Fuck out of here. Anyway, next team.
All right, so now we are rolling into the NFC
South.
South. The Saints.
South.
The Saints are sitting at a 76. That's to be
And they need to
expected.
be down there because there's nobody really doing anything on that team. There's a lot of people coming back from injuries, and I don't know where they're going to be. The fact that everybody still think Alvin Kamara is going to have this breakout season and post all that bullshit. Jamal Williams is the one I'm looking at, see if he's going to be any different. But
Bucks.
this team is going to be different without a quarterback, a quarterback that can really take them there. And we're just seeing Michael Thomas just do.
Well, D, you're not inspired by crab legs himself.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. I still love seeing how when he did that, I was like, their season's done. Oh
Go eat
my
some W's.
God. Go eat these W's. I'm like, dog, what the fuck? That feels like to me a move you did in college, and everybody like, yeah, nigga, yeah. These are grown men who are getting paid. You can't come with that same energy.
But D, so Tampa Bay Buccaneers are sitting at a 74, and as they should, because when you have
They should be a actual rock because that's what they're going to do.
because of Baker Mayfield, because of Baker Mayfield.
Oh my God! You know what's so funny, Chris? You just mentioned you said Baker Mayfield, right? Funny enough, Chris, we don't have George Bush, but you know what we do have? That's my favorite part of dip. That's my favorite part.
Hey, you know what, man? I was one of those people that I was happy that Baker Mayfield got signed to a team, and it was Tampa Bay of all teams.
Oh God, it was Tampa Bay, and I knew it was like, yo, they set you up for failure, nigga. They set you up for failure. They're like, that nigga ain't gonna do shit in Tampa. That's what they said. I know that's what he said, man.
Baker gonna be like, watch me prove them wrong.
Motherfucker gonna get 2 touchdowns after throwing 5 picks.
Hey,
the James
hey,
strong in that nigga, man.
Hey, over under Jameis Winston or Baker Mayfield or interceptions thrown.
The good question is who's going to make it through the season, because Jameis Winston has been getting hurt, and he's always guaranteed to go down at least once in the season. I ain't gonna go against the GOAT. It's gonna be Jameis. He gonna throw more. I ain't gonna go against the GOAT, nigga.
I don't know, man. Jameis the GOAT. He did 500 on fucking interceptions and TDs. That is wild.
That's a dedicated black man. You can't.
Dude, you know what? You're right, because that's dedication to get a 5. Dude, how do you split? Dak is even impressed by that shit. Like, god damn, this motherfucker more interceptions, same interceptions, and same TDs. That's crazy.
In Atlanta has an interesting problem for me, where they're sitting at rebuild mode,
78 though.
But they had a rebuild mode too, much like the Giants, where I can see them sneaking into the playoffs. Like, we're like you and I. We already just said there's going to be the Eagles and Cowboys coming out of their division, but I can see the Giants easily sneaking in, and the same thing goes for Atlanta. Whoever wins this division, I got a feeling they can sneak themselves. I got a feeling Atlanta's going to be right behind them,
Carolina
if not winning themselves.
Carolina might sneak in.
See, everybody's really thinking that CJ Stroud was going to be that great. What's the rate they got CJ at, man? What's the rating they got him at? No, that's Clark. That's CJ Henderson. God, where's Stroud at? Jesus, did he even got him in the game, nigga? No, I'm sorry, Stroud. Bryce Young, nigga. Bryce Young, 84. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
I need to bring this up. So we're in the NFC West. San Francisco 49ers are sitting at an 86. I had it in, I don't know if you saw it in the Working Title Sports Show group chat when my man was talking cash shit about their quarterback. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
And who's this about again?
49ers. This is about is this it? Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, your man talking about who's gonna about who's
Trey Lance.
Yeah, Trey
Hold on,
Lance.
let me bring it up. This shit
It
had me
is
in tears.
mean.
It is mean, but hold on. Yeah, I think I got it.
I have never heard no. Well, that's a interesting. This is just a very
all right
colorful way of describing it, and I hats off, man. That being said,
it's mean. Woo.
But that being said, like I said, the 49ers, they still look like they might be the favorite winning. You know what I mean?
All right, there it is.
But check this out.
Harder and harder. And you could show all the clips of him moving and all that stuff. At the end of the day, when his mama lifted him from the crib, he just didn't have that quarterback in. He's not going to be the backup quarterback. I don't think they're going to do it. There's no chance. There is no chance based on the evidence that I've seen and based on what I've heard.
Michael, I asked you this before we ended the Lombardi line yesterday on VSiN. I think that he might be competing to stay on the 53-man roster. Like, is that where we at with Trey Lance right now? Like, are these reps looking for him to be able to say, can he stay on this roster and be a viable 49er?
Well, I think you got to look at this, right? Like, you know that once you reach a conclusion on a player, okay, once you really have a handle on who the player is, then you've got to make some decisions.
Yeah, and I agree. I really agree. Here's like now. Again, it's Madden ratings, so I'm not going don't take them as gospel, but this is around them. Number 20. Now this was around Trey Lance. All right, 35, Jameis Winston, 70, 34, Anthony Richardson, 70, 33, Desmond Ridder, 70, 32, Sam Darnold, 71, 31, Trey Lance, 71. The people that are above him, I'm gonna just give you the 5 people that are above him. Number 26, CJ Stroud of the Texans. That's where CJ went to, Texas. I'm sorry. 27, Kenny Pickett. 28, Jacoby Brissett. 29, Baker Mayfield. 30, Andy Dalton. Do you know how that feels to be? You basically, those are starting quarterbacks.
Yep.
And I got to be real. Yes, I would. I don't know if I would start actually, but I would start Kenny Pickett over your ass. Oh, yes, I would.
I mean, because it was like when Trey Lance went down.
Would I start Brock Purdy over him? Yeah.
Brock Purdy is playing for him now.
Brock Purdy is a 73. They got him at a 71. I agree with what he just said. He's fighting for the 3rd spot. What the fuck? Daniel Jones is a 75, man. His whole career right now is in flux. Good luck, nigga. Ooh, because they act like he was going to be the next one. They treated him like he was going to be the one, bro.
Yeah.
And now you got to fight Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold.
It's like
and Sam Darnold throws better than you. There's a problem.
It's like you had your rookie year, you did all right until you had that I think you had an index injury, right index finger injury. Then your second year, 2 games in, you get a fucking season-ending ankle injury. Damn. And then now your 3rd year, people are like, I don't know, man.
You had to see Jimmy get good. I mean, Jimmy get his job back, then lose it, and Brock Purdy coming off the 3rd stringer.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
I would say that San Francisco's in an interesting situation because I think
they just have bad luck.
They have bad luck with the quarterback position right now, and I think they can get around. I feel that it's going to be one of those seasons where Kyle Shanahan is going to have to coach out of his fucking mind again for them to really, because God, it's going to be tough, man. Also, I have this feeling that Brock's going to be our man, and every NFL team has downloaded him. I have this feeling too. Brock's going to get his head smacked.
See,
I got a feeling it's coming.
Seahawks are sitting at a 76, to be expected. They were very okay-ish last year.
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
Gene.
and I expecting them to be there, man. You know, it's still funny though. When I look on here, I like Bobby Wagner. Nigga, you still play for them?
Arizona
You
72.
look at it like he one of them dudes where you look up, nigga, you still here? They ain't go home yet.
Arizona is at 72, which
Oh, they deserve it because Arizona, the way Arizona, I feel that Arizona's trying to sell the team or some shit.
you mean that is mean.
Okay. I get that y'all didn't want it. Y'all like, all right, DeAndre might be too much. D-Hop might be too much, man. We don't want to keep him in all that. And y'all strung this nigga along and did nothing with him, and y'all let him go. Didn't re-sign him, nothing like that. Now Kyler Murray is gonna be throwing that. It's just him and Marquez Brown, which is still not bad, but did anybody have faith in Kyler Murray? Does anybody?
Kyler Murray is in the hot seat at this stage.
I feel like if he don't get it right this season, he's going to be a bench player next year. If not for the Cardinals, but somebody. Wait, he got a big contract with the Cardinals. He's going to be still.
You know what, man? Everybody talks. Every year, I just laugh more and more at folks that talked all that shit about Dak's contract, and yet all these other quarterbacks are getting astronomical fucking deals, and I'm like,
I was sitting there like, you know, it's almost like Jerry Jones is a genius when it comes to this shit. Like he kind of knew that no, Dak, you're not worth that money. Trust me. I seen what's getting thrown out there. I'm not about to give you $100,000 just so you can fuck up and do nothing. Just like I can embarrass my team and say, hey, I put it in his contract that this motherfucker got to practice. You know what? That was the end of it right there for Kyler Murray, huh? They destroyed it. They destroyed a lot of that dude's credibility, young. Like I said, it feels like Arizona's trying to sell the team off. Like I get that the Coyotes are trying to get out of Arizona, but I feel like they're trying to get out of Arizona too. Like I feel like the Cardinals is like, nigga, we trying to get back to St. Louis, bro.
You know, the Rams being at 73 isn't shocking considering after they won the Super Bowl, that team got fucking blown up.
Boy, I knew it was over when Jalen Ramsey got traded. I was like, so this is what happens when you sell your soul to get a Super Bowl, huh? Like you remember when everybody said that about the Dallas Cowboys? At least Dallas got 3 before they zapped into nothing, is what I'm.
Yeah, you know, there was something of merit there. Like,
it's like, man, y'all did all that for one Heisman. Y'all did all that for one Lombardi rise, and that's it. Like, y'all didn't like that whole team is annihilated.
Oh, I thought they got 2. I thought they got 2. I thought they got 2.
No, they got 1. I mean,
no.
During that run, man. I'm gonna talk about during that run.
Oh, I'm about to say, I was like, I could have sworn they had 2 Super Bowls, and it was like, all right, we're done. No, they went to the Super Bowl, lost.
Yeah, that was years before when they had Fitzgerald and all that shit, man.
Yeah.
You're thinking of that one. You're thinking of when they played the Steelers. That decent Super Bowl that had porn playing at one point in the game. That was weird. I still don't know, man. Like I said, that was a weird thing that happened. Shout out to the NFL for burying that, but not burying the fact that Janet Jackson's titty fell out. So, you know, shout out to you, NFL. Classy. Anyway, but yeah, but Arizona, man, I feel like the shit they do feels like they're trying to sell that team off, man. And same thing with the Rams, they're falling off this high of being a Super Bowl winner. So, you know, the people that left their team, I suspect that. All right. Anyway.
So now we're in the AFC. Buffalo Bills.
Now, the Buffalo didn't do that much in the offseason, and a lot of people are worried.
They're at a 90, though. Makes sense.
Yeah, I know. I think that's what I'm saying. I think I saw their first preseason game. They did everything that you should be happy for. Speaking of which, real quick, back on the Dallas Cowboys. You're damn right. We're going to talk about the Cowboys again. You see what's below us. Anyway, real quick, Chris, I hope Deuce becomes what they say he becomes. Deuce got a lot of work done in him, and I like it. Oh, he looked good at K-State. Hopefully, hopefully during the season, I can see you take a tackle and you get up like a man. I like Deuce. Deuce is not going to be running over people, man. But I think he's going to be the perfect complement to fucking Tony Pollard if they can utilize him the right way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 90 though. That makes sense considering. Like I think we talked about this before with Buffalo. Buffalo, you got at least a year left before that shit's gonna
All
get
of this.
all of it's gone.
All of this shit, man. I feel like all of this. I think Buffalo, but I feel like Buffalo is in the right position that they want to be in, man. At least with the personnel they got on their team and all the rest of that shit. I'm going to keep it real. If Dak Prescott is the biggest enemy to the Cowboys, then the biggest enemy to the Bills is Jared Allen. Same name.
He does
same
everything. He does
Same
everything.
name. He does everything, man. So I mean, not Jared Allen. I mean Josh Allen. I'm sorry, Josh Allen. But God, there's so many J's out here now. Anyway, but Josh Allen, I feel like if he doesn't get his own way, because Josh has good old Tony Romo syndrome too, where he'll get directly in his own way and fuck up. It ain't like that. And then it's like with Tony Romo, it's him. Shit. Dak is like this. I meant to throw that pick.
Well, that from what I'm seeing,
that's how I feel but I feel that Josh does both at the same time, man. So we'll see
what I'm seeing with Dak, especially during practice and preseason, well, mainly practice from what I'm seeing, Dak is thinking he can thread the needle like Romo.
Yeah,
and especially because people be like, "What?" Because when I see people be like, "Well, what is Dak throwing to?" I was like, "He tried to thread it. It ain't working. Yeah, it's not working." So yeah, but yeah, them being a 90 isn't shocking. Here's the funny part:
this whole fucking team, I like it, man.
The Jets are at a 72, and they got Aaron Rodgers.
They had a 72. See, that's what doesn't make any sense to me. Because you ask anybody, the best defense in football besides the Cowboys is the Jets. I call bullshit that they're 72, yo. That doesn't make any sense to me, man. The Jets actually, I think everybody just likes Sauce Gardner so much. They see that he has a lot of Dion in him. I think a lot of people are just really ready for this team to really break up. They got the, like, to me, right there, yeah. Williams, Gardner, Mosley, and Reed, yep. And Frank Myers, these niggas are like love him, man. Like, besides Dallas, they got the best defense, man.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because their offense stinks. That's probably why, man. So we'll see what happens with
New England Patriots with their newest addition of Zeke Elliott. They're sitting at a 79. That's about right.
As much as I like Mac Jones, I think he's on the hot seat too.
Think so?
I think he is. I think a lot of people. I think New England doesn't think he's going to be. I think he's on the hot seat for New England, because I think as soon as that happens and they put him up for trade or whatever after that, man, I think there'll be other teams that want him. But as far as him being the Patriots quarterback, this is it. He has to show up this year and be Tom Brady. I'm sorry. Like, it's hard to come behind that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, especially
anyway.
Dolphins. Dolphins is sitting at a
86. 86
with concussion.
Well, no. A 90. Well, Tyreek Hill is a 90. Is a 98. Jalen Ramsey's a 97. Teron Armstead is a 90, a 91, and Waddle's at 88. So just with them alone, okay, I see why y'all kind of ranked high. You're just off the high, your top heavy ass players, man. Speaking of which, what's his name? Where's he at? Tua. Where's Tua on this, man? What's his rating? Oh, it's on 83. Seems fair enough. I really thought I was going to be bad at that. Look, what's his? Ain't that bad.
I mean, look. I'm gonna say this about Tua. I hope that Miami Dolphins offensive line is better, because holy crap, that man does not need any more concussions. He does not.
Hold on. Let me see. Did it get any better? Let me see. Just going off the players outside of Armstead, who's a great left tackle. He really is a good left tackle. But outside of Armstead, wow. It's Isaiah Wynn at a 77. He's a 77. Yeah, they ain't got no line. So check this out. Tua, you gonna have to run again, nigga. And don't worry. Tyreek Hill's the fastest thing on earth. So all
Dude,
you have to do, in theory, is just throw it in the air and he'll catch it.
my man's gonna be doing the break dance on the ground, ain't he?
What is that?
My man's gonna be break dancing on the ground, ain't he?
Chris, I'm not going to answer that because you know that's a mean fucking joke. All right. We ain't make no Darren. Look, I know what you're doing. Like you don't make no Darren Hamlin jokes because our boy lost his life that way too. Lost his life that way. So we don't make jokes about that. That man had a concussion. Something I had. I don't know if you had. You had a concussion? Didn't? You didn't? Good. Good. Because all I tasted was salt. When that nigga from Peppermill hit me, nigga. Oh my god. Oh anyway, whatever.
So let's see. We can go into was it the episode of the division?
AFC North.
AFC North, which is weird. So the Baltimore Ravens are sitting at a 87. Makes perfect sense.
And that makes sense. Besides Lamar Jackson getting the what's the name the contract he always wanted, this team, while I don't think they're as complete as the Dallas Cowboys, I think they can make a lot more noise just because who Lamar Jackson is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So they're going to live and die with Lamar Jackson, even though they got Roquan Smith, and Roquan Smith is a great addition for this team. He's right up the alley for what I call Ravens type of football. So, like I said, they have all the right tools to really establish themselves as the power of the North, but they got to go through the Bengals in the North. So we'll see what happens with that, man. But I think they're going to be all right.
Speaking of which, the Bengals, they are sitting at a 89, which yeah, that's
The Bengals. I say they're on year number 3 of this 6-year window.
yeah.
That's what D said. They're on year number 3. This is a 6-year window because every year I look at this team up and down. They're still the same team from last year, pretty much. Y'all have it.
Yeah.
Y'all got everything to get it in, man. Like, look, Joe, get your ring, man. Hurry up.
Browns at a 75, which that's to be expected.
The Browns, I will say this. They gave Myles Garrett somebody to play with. So we'll see what happens. They got some young guys on that squad. Let's see what happens with the Browns. I don't think they're going to do much, though, man.
Steelers 77.
Now, the Steelers, the shit I've seen from the Steelers, man, they're still a team in serious rebound. But fun thing, Joey Porter's son is on that team now.
Really?
And I am officially now football old that I got to see Joey Porter, who played for the Steelers, son, who now plays for the Steelers. I kind of wasn't ready for that.
AFC South, Houston Texans 71. That's about right.
Yeah, they're 71. They gave up Brandon Cooks and all the rest of that, but they brought in a lot of people that they kind of trust to rebuild it. I think their coach, I think their new coach is going to bring a little bit of difference to that team. But I think the Houston Texans are the Houston Texans. I think they're Houston Texans. I think that's what they are. They like I still don't think they got over the stink of what they really are. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like as soon as they can get around themselves and actually win, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I will say this. Good luck to Dalton Schultz. He's going to be great down there for that offense, though, man. So, yeah, I mean, they got that's a good tight end one of our good ones. Like I say, one of our good tight ends. So, yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. See us, the Colts. I hate Indianapolis. So
72.
much,
72.
Oh man, fuck that team for doing that shit to Jonathan Taylor. Fuck y'all so hard. That mother running backs, it don't matter if you're a running back no more, man. It sucks.
It don't really.
I feel bad for running backs because the game has changed up.
Well, I mean, it's a twofer thing. We are past the days of your workhorse running backs, which I think
nobody's running downhill like they used to no more, man.
Which it's a good thing in the sense that it keeps your running backs healthy because you can do it by committee. Mm-hmm. Downside is that you are no longer going to be throwing a shit ton of money at a running back unless they're one of those running backs that can do catching and running at the same time and do those kind of things.
I was telling my friend this. In order to be a running back now, you have to be the anomaly like Derrick Henry. You're going to have to be either that super power back that we don't make no more. You got to be that, you know what I'm saying? You got to be that extra, you know what I mean? But other than that, at this point, if you're a running back, you have to model your game after Marshall Faulk.
But here's the thing
You
too.
have to be a Marshall Faulk type of running back from here on out right now, man.
Downside.
And yeah.
Downside though. Yeah, when you have your workhorse as Derrick Henry, we saw what happened to the Tennessee Titans when he was out. They floundered big
Oh
time.
yeah. I will say this. I don't think we're going to get I say this and it's sadness coming out because that means the game changing up, and it's just one of those things that happens. We're not getting a Barry Sanders.
No.
I think we're not going to see a Barry Sanders. We'll probably get a good Curtis Martin. And look, and I know what are you, man? Fuck you. Curtis Martin was a bit of a beast. Okay?
Yeah.
Curtis Martin was a bit of a beast. I'm talking New York Jets Curtis Martin. That nigga was nasty. I loved him.
Speaking of which,
and John Taylor actually reminds me a lot of him. You're going to get these running backs who are just quality good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But to really be a good running back, I hate to say this, you have to be Marshall Faulk now. And that's not a bad thing because Marshall Faulk could do everything. He could run people over, run around people, catch the ball, outrun people. You know what I mean? You have to be that type of back now in the NFL, man, because everything is just speed now. You know what I mean? So it just.
But also it's the fact that, like, speaking of which, Tennessee Titans 74.
Hey, yeah, they need to be a 74 because seeing how they didn't make no upgrades. I see. It's playoffs or bust. I see. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go Titans.
Let's go Bulls.
Let's go Titans. Shout out to Amani Hooker. He's still one of my favorite players since college, man. Shout out to him.
So now that leads us to the AFC West.
Yes,
and
the West, which I think the AFC West is actually probably one of the toughest. Is a tough ass division, just a nasty tough division.
The Raiders 77,
and they need to be a 77. But here's the thing: I feel you, Raiders. I feel you. Changes in the air. I smell it. I smell it. Look. They ain't going to the playoffs. They're going to shut somebody down, and it's going to be glorious. That's all I can tell you, man. It's going to be one or two teams that walk. It's going to be walking back during halftime like, yo, the Raiders got us like this?
The Chargers.
Preseason game, they weren't that bad. The Chargers.
85.
Here's the funny thing about the Chargers. I think their coach is in the hot seat, and for good reason, because this is the Diamond Dogs team that they always wanted. You really have a quarterback that you trust. You have an offense that still looks like it's budding, despite losing some pieces. They still got people that's coming, and that defense is still half the defense that you had last year. You still got Darwin James. You still one of the best defenses out there. So I think if you're the Chargers, you want to. It's just tough to get around Kansas City, man. That's a really big problem about that shit. And with the next thing we're going to talk about, Denver is the same way. Despite having a really terrible season last
73.
year, despite having a terrible season last year, they're probably going to be the second best team in that division.
Think so?
I think they're going to have I'm not saying their bounce back is going to be like ultra success, but it's going to be wild card. They're in. They're going. I got a feeling they're going to the playoffs next year.
I mean, Russell Westbrook.
I really do, man.
I felt Russell kind of had.
If not, this is going to be a glorious shitty year for Russell Wilson, and I'm going to be just waving a flag of bye. Just stay in Sierra's guts. Don't come back out on this field, nigga.
Damn,
look like
really?
Huh? Look what?
Damn.
He's having another baby. Good for them. Shit.
That man can't keep his hands off his wife.
No, that's what I'm saying. Good for him. Dude, be a businessman. Go be with your wife. Be a Christian man. The pigskin has left you. That's how I feel. That's all. So this year, I'm putting my money in Russell Wilson this year. Why? Because I never do. But I got a feeling this year
Hey,
I got a feeling that corny ass nigga is going to show out. Remember, I call him corny because I love him. All right. I don't call him corny because I don't pay my child support and I think he's making baby fathers look bad.
that's messed up. But you're right.
Oh man, I feel like every dude that hate like it's a stereotype, but I feel like every nigga that hates Russell Wilson is a dude that either A doesn't pay child support or B, your baby mama is a terrible, terrible woman and she's forcing you to pay more child support.
Clearly, because
Or look, force you to pay more child support, or damn nigga, when last time you seen your son? One of those situations.
right?
Like I feel like because those are the most vocal people that hate Russell. It's like, dog, you never see your kid, and dog, I'm sorry you don't see your kid. It's like, but Russ ain't doing to you. Anyway, so whatever, man. But yeah. But I think the Broncos, though, it's a different team. It's a different team. I'm not saying that they're going to be super successful. It's a different team. That's all I'm saying, bro. And I think a lot of the animosity that was towards Russ is gone because Hackett's not there. And also, Sean fucking Payton is there. Sean fucking Payton is there. Sean should have been a coach of the Dallas Cowboys 10 goddamn years ago. It's over there.
Well,
so
that requires Jerry to relinquish control, and
But here's the funny thing about that. There was a chance, yes, y'all. There was a chance that we could have got Sean Payton, and Jerry Jones was like, "Fuck that nigga." Admitted with his whole shit. I mean, for whatever reason, I don't know what went down when Sean Payton used to coach for the Cowboys. I think it's just because he knows what Jerry does. You know what I mean?
No, Sean wants control.
Yeah,
and Jerry is not going to relinquish control.
Look, here's funny. It's sad. I hate that. I hate that. That's how it is going to be. That is for the Dallas Cowboys. And right now, we're sitting with McCarthy, who is probably our best chance of being the guy that can sneak somebody in the door where Jerry's not looking.
He's taking control of
what he can,
play calling,
and that's in the air. That's in the air because I hear experts say that that's a good move, and I hear other experts going, "Good luck, Dallas." So I don't know how to feel about it.
I mean,
our own commentary team, who was it, Nick Eastman and Clarence, Clarence, all the writers for Dallas. I didn't even hear a solid thought of what they think of McCarthy, but going off of last year, it's this kind of thing, you know what I mean? So
yeah. But yeah, that's the NFL team in a nutshell.
Oh, I know what somebody said. What about the Chiefs? Y'all didn't do nothing different. Y'all still the Chiefs.
You're the Chiefs. The Chiefs are sitting at what are they sitting at?
Cheat code. They're sitting at cheat code.
Yeah, 92.
They're sitting at a fucking cheat code, man.
They're literally the highest rated team on Madden right now. 92.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, look, man. Project Pat is he's a, and I say the word project as a backhanded compliment because there ain't nothing project about that kid who went to baseball camp at age 5. There's nothing. That being said, though, his brother's a piece of shit. I didn't know nothing about his brother until no bullshit, Chris. I knew nothing about
that.
His brother. I knew nothing of his brother until about 10 hours ago. I said, like, who is this? Who's Jackson Mahomes? I seen him. I know he did that goofy shit over at Sean Taylor's joke, but I don't know who he was. Like, who is he? Did he throw a football? Like, is he at least a baseball player? That's Chris. That's what I said. Is he his daddy though? Is he the one? No. Daddy's arm with Patrick Mahomes. Okay, with the Patrick got his daddy's arm. So like that's what I'm saying. So what did you do, Jackson? Oh, you're the non-talented brother. Like no, all the way non-talented. Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah.
I knew nothing of that kid until this morning, nigga.
I mean, like the thing of it is too. I'm laughing because D is having a revelation of like, I could have sworn I had Patrick Mahomes' dad's baseball card. I think I might have. I don't know.
Dog. My consensus is this: I did see it. Didn't take him as it's one of the billions of names that I seen on baseball cards. I didn't know who they were. And the one thing that's the one thing I always loved about baseball, but hated the older I got, is that there's so many players. The older I get is like, oh my God, there's so many players that didn't achieve their goal. Oh my God.
Like, oh my God, who
And
are
I
you?
say that, it is somebody sitting in AAA is like, dude, I've been playing AAA ball for the last 12 years. I love it. Like I say that not knowing how people really are, but but still. But I didn't know who Patrick Mahomes. I was like, who's his dad? And I looked up his dad and all the rest of that. I was like, I seen this nigga before. I know I did. I think he played for the Mets, played for the Mets, played for the Twins. Like, I know I seen you. Whatever.
So I'm gonna say this for next episode. We're gonna go into some wrestling. I got WrestleMania tickets for WrestleMania 40. I'm pretty happy about that. It's upper deck tickets, by the way. Every motherfucker think that I got like the ground. I'm like, I'm not spending damn $2,000-$3,000.
Now I got a question, Christopher. You going by yourself or you taking your brother?
Brother is not really that big into wrestling like that, so it's just me solo.
That's why I had it. Oh, it's you solo? So Chris,
Yeah,
you're
solo.
telling me when we go up there Friday and I hop my ass back in my car and go back to DC, you're staying there.
Yeah.
I'm only going real talk, y'all. I'm going for Philly because I like
access and
hopefully one of these, like real talk, if Ring of Honor is doing something that weekend, and I don't know if Ring of, because they do shit with AEW now. I don't know what they do in conjunction with WrestleMania. So I would like to know what shows is going on up there, man. Probably finally we do what we always been saying. We always want to do, actually go to a CZW show. You know what I mean? While we up there, because that shit gonna be packed. But still, but all of that, man. I just want to be around that atmosphere, and that's really it, man. But we not only that, Chris, we do got to talk about SummerSlam, and we do got just sprinkling of wrestling stuff to talk about. So
also we got our boy Naito winning the G1 Climax.
Good for him, and that means that there's another chance of him getting the belt, which makes me think if he doesn't get the belt, New Japan, what the fuck are you even trying to do? I heard there's a whole lot of drama going on with CM Punk and AEW. I know nothing of it.
I was going to bring that up. Go ahead. It's CM. Well, next week it's going to be talking about how messy CM Punk is being right now.
So it's really him being that damn messy.
He's being messy, but it's also people over exaggerating his messiness.
Okay, cool. Because I thought it was a combination of that anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he's being messy-ish, but it's not like. It's not as much as people making out to be, because you know how people are and stuff. They just want to
especially I think because not even I thought it was like an AEW thing, but like no, I think it's just because of CM Punk and the aura what he brings around. You ever see Hulk Hogan and the aura he brings around? CM Punk does the same thing. It's like these wrestling marks who have nothing better to do but talk about every single movement that he does. So it's this weird little aura that gets around CM Punk when it comes to situations like this. So all I see is just stuff like Adam Page wouldn't let into the building, this, that, all the rest of that. And I heard one person say, all of this is kayfabe, but this is one of the most genius storylines of all time. And I say, if it is, this is one of the worst storylines of all time. But so it's a lot. Like I said, I got to look it up and see what's going on with that. Also, one more thing on wrestling. One more thing in wrestling. This will be the only thing we can talk about. I'm going to just briefly say, Chris. WWE has this knack of making matches that aren't long, but very unbelievably memorable, and you feel everything. Cody and Brock. Me and my son stood up and clapped at the end of that match.
That shit had no business being as good as it was.
Zero business being that damn good. Like I said, anytime we hit 1, 2, 3 in the family room, in the family room comes like, yeah, good match. That was one of the matches. 4 people did like, that was a good match. I loved it. And I'm over it because I was hyped up anyway, because I always get hyped up when I see Brock I'm like, all right, y'all, Bork laser, y'all. And that little dumb little headbutt thing you did. I was like, yeah, respect, bitch. Respect, nigga. So, I love that shit, man. I love that shit. But yeah. So like I said, we save the wrestling for next week, and hopefully nothing wild happens, but it's football season. So that means Working Town Sports Show is going to be showing up a lot more often. So
Yay.
yes, sir. But anyway, next week, we're definitely next week we're doing this, baby.
Yep.
All right, y'all.
All right. Peace out.
Peace. And remember, the Commanders will never be the Redskins again.